Daddy's tapping out.
Oh, this daddy ain't tapping out just yet, Buster. We gotta talk about this new short film. I just released my first original film, Chicken Man. It premiered on my studio's page, Human Egg Productions. Go give it a watch here on YouTube before getting into today's review. Now let's get into it. Hey everybody, I'm KillJoy Jake, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Chicken Man is the first original short film from writer-director Jake Tyler, hatched alongside his incredible writing partner, Connor Caligaris. The short stars some familiar faces from his lousy Scream fan film Red Right Hand, like Darjon Bentley and Ali Russell. Some newcomers include Eric Harness, who some of you may recognize from The Bearded Entertainment, and my nephew Troy Conway in his first film role. Shout out to my buddy Johnny Krasinski, no, not John Krasinski, who plays news reporter Kim Sprinkler, a name I am still laughing about to this day. Although Chicken Man appears to be this extremely campy B-movie, the goal here was to add a level of sophistication with a tragic villain. I wanted to do something similar to Brundlefly, where he's clearly a monster by the end of the story, but you sympathize with him nonetheless. From the news report playing throughout the film, you learn that under the mask there's a widowed father who lost his entire family after one unfortunate accident.
This accident that happened outside of St. Peter's Chapel unfortunately took 2 lives, Sarah Zimmerman, age 36, and her son, Billy, age 11.
Now he's taking revenge on the truck driver that proclaims he couldn't stop before he gets his head bashed in. The story goes further than that, though, with what appears to be an apparition of his dead son leading him into the house of an unsuspecting couple in the middle of the night. That's all I'm gonna say about the boy for now, though. If we get to do a feature, maybe you'll learn more about who or what that is. The concept is what made me spend nearly my entire savings on this 10-minute short film, but I think the music is one of the strongest parts. My family and I were heavily inspired by Zombie from 1979 when composing a lot of it. My father is responsible for the droning synth, my sister is on bass, and I composed and performed Billy's theme that plays whenever the little guy shows up. My sister Amber, who's getting her degree in sound engineering right now, did an excellent job with the sound design on this one. I am genuinely so proud of the entire family for the score alone. Connor Kasnick's excellent cinematography really adds to the mood as well, which was such a focus for this film. A few years ago, I was reading about how John Carpenter shot Halloween with Panavision cameras to give his movie this expensive looking feel, when really that classic 1978 flick was super low budget. I took a similar approach with this one by hiring Connor Kasnick, whose work I've been a fan of for a while now. The guy has some gorgeous looking reels on Instagram, and he also works for NASCAR sometimes. We had a meeting together and he was telling me that he had always wanted to shoot a horror film, which had me ecstatic. Not only do I love the guy's work, but we're also old high school buddies, so it was really cool to reconnect over this project. The film would not look half as good without his touch. My storyboards were shit.
Connor, you look like you're ready for the runway, dude.
You like it.
I have to give some major props to Connor Caligaris as well, who wore a lot of hats on this production. Connor and I went through multiple different versions of this story while we were writing it, and he encouraged me to do something that was genuinely scary. I have a tendency to lean into the ridiculous. If you guys have seen Red Right Hand, you might know that. And a lot of the times he was thankfully my editor. Believe it or not though, he was the one to come up with the gigantic boil on my stomach. Trust me, I wish I could take credit for that. It is awesome. If you felt that the body horror was unnecessary in Chicken Man, by the way, that is something we want to expand upon in the feature, which is why it's even there in the first place. Connor made my life a lot easier on set too, serving as my first assistant director. Dude was killing it and even made sure one of the neighbors didn't call the cops on us. Hey, I would call the cops too if I saw a bloody man in a chicken mask running around smashing somebody in the head with a brick. Speaking of which, the practical effects were made by the absolutely wonderful Madison Kazmarski, my love. My flame. She taught me how to make stuff with liquid latex, which I was totally clueless on before. Her and my dad worked on a lot of the awesome practical effects you were able to see in this one. I gotta give a major shout out to Josh Petrino as well, who did the visual effects for Terrifier 3, for helping clean up a few shots here and fix some audio issues. Jess Dubois, who also worked on Terrifier 3, guided me through running a film set and was an invaluable production consultant. I am very thankful for their help on this one. After showing this to multiple friends and looking at some of the initial comments, it seems that the consensus is that that it's too short. I think that was definitely the point because, again, the goal here is I would love to make a feature film out of this. I hope that people come away with it with a lot of questions about what the hell they just watched. There's a lot more to Zeke's character I would love to explore in a feature film. With every project I'm involved in, there are of course things I wish I did differently, like cover up that damn Scream tattoo on my shoulder, which is unbelievably distracting the entire time. I guess it's a nod to our Scream fan film though. I also wish we had spent more time building suspense in a few scenes, but with all low budget productions, we were strapped for time and money. That's why I spent nearly half a year on post-production. Again, I don't think Chicken Man is perfect by any means, but I am extremely proud of it. We had an excellent time on set making this, even during some long night shoots. A really funny story from night 2 is we lost the boom mic. It just got misplaced and we ended up finding it in the couch 6 months later. So we had to improvise a little bit, and basically what was supposed to be a little 4-hour, oh, let's just film the end of the movie shoot, turned into something that went from 9 o'clock at night to 8 the next morning. As the captain of this ship, I was there the entire time, scrubbing blood out of the grout of my parents' floor. Apologies to my mother and father for ruining their kitchen for that final scene. They're still finding blood in that refrigerator. I think what was really exciting about this project though is not only did I learn a lot about like just behind the scenes stuff, but I definitely learned more about like this character by shooting this short. Like I know there's a lot more things that I want to put into the feature that I didn't have before the production that I'm totally going to add to the feature if we're ever able to do it. That's kind of in all of your hands now though. If you like this short and you want to see more, show it to your buddies, share it on Instagram, do reviews of it too. And hey, if you hate it too, go ahead and shit on it in some kind of review video over on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you make content. I would greatly appreciate that. Also, you have my permission to just use the short in your review videos. I'm not gonna like claim it or anything. Go nuts. One last time here, I want to thank everybody that had a hand in this project. I am so grateful for all of you. I've always wanted my own little slasher villain, and it's because of all of you that I'm able to have my feathered fella. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. What did you all think of Chicken Man? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.